All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our health class for today, which is about Unit 9 Accidents and Prevention. In our last health class, we had the different kinds of accidents that can happen to us. Do you remember some of our examples? Examples of accidents? Some accidents are when you run on a blind corner, when you climb up and down the stairs, when you walk or run on a slippery surface or when the floor is wet, right? Jumping on a bed, or what else? Standing
Standing.
near the door. Do not turn on your microphone if you are in the classroom. Standing near the door, or maybe playing by the street, right? For today, we are going to have another example of accident. This one is about fire accident. All right, for the vocabulary words, we have fire. Fire means. Next, we have flammable. When you say flammable, it means it is very easy to catch fire. Okay? Fire is when you burn something. You light it up and then it will burn. It will make fire. When you say flammable, it is something that can easily catch fire. Next, prevent. Prevent is to stop something from happening. Yes, to stop something from happening. Something that you do or something that you do not do so that uh, accidents will not happen. All right. Now, our topic for today is about be careful with fire. When you say be careful with fire, what do we have to do so that we don't get hurt when we use fire, when there's fire? Okay, the do's and don'ts with fire. So, first, let us read in English and then in Thai. We have accident. Next is blind corner. Flammable.
Flammable.
Precaution.
Precaution.
Prevent.
Prevent.
Slippery.
Slippery.
Throw away.
Throw away.
Unattended.
Unattended.
Okay. Now, an accident is an unexpected, unfortunate incident that results to damage or injury. When you say accident, you are not expecting it to happen. You don't know when it happens. It just happened, and when it happens, when it occurs, you might be getting an injury. When you say injury, it is damage to your body. You might get hurt, you might damage your body, or sometimes some people even die from accidents. There are many injuries that people could get from accidents. Last time we've discussed about cut, bruise, broken bones, head injury. Remember, cut? Cut is usually caught when using sharp things, just like knives, scissors, cutter, or just running and then falling on the floor. It could cause cut. Next is bruise. We can get a bruise when we bump our muscle too hard on something hard. Like for example, you bump your knee on your chair. You bump your arm on the table. That could give you a bruise. Broken bones. When you say broken bones, you break your bones. Your bones get cracked, okay? Or maybe they get dislocated. It means not connected anymore. You get that from big accidents, severe accidents. The last one is head injury. This one is very dangerous because this can cause damage to your brain, right? And this one is uh, can cause many other problems like It could stop you from walking. You might not be able to walk anymore, talk anymore when you have a head injury, because brain should be very protected. Your brain is connected to all the parts of your body. If something bad happens to your brain, it could affect your whole body. Now, aside from these injuries, we could also get burns from accidents. When you say burns, it means you touch something hot, you touch fire, or maybe hot objects like a pot from cooking, a hot cup, or maybe hot liquid, hot food, all right, or fire. Now, there are different kinds of burns. Sometimes we only have the upper part, because our skin has many layers. When you say layers, it has like level 1, and then level 2 inside, level 3, and then go deeper and deeper, right? So until you reach your muscles. Okay. Sometimes we only burn the outermost layer of our skin. That one could easily get healed. It could get better easily, fast. But if you get something like this one means you burned maybe the next layer of your skin too. It gets deeper and deeper. It means the object that's hot stayed on your skin for a long time. Because for sometimes when you get burned, when you touch something hot, you can easily remove your finger, and then you'll be fine. But sometimes, for example, you spill the coffee on your body. Of course, you cannot remove the coffee from your skin. It stays on your skin for a while. So you burn your skin deeper and deeper and worse like this. Now, sometimes when you get burned, you will see bubbles like there's water inside, and then later on they will pop, and then they will dry up, they will come black, and then they will get better. Sometimes when you have severe burns, it means very bad burns. Some people even get infections. When you say infection, bacteria, germs get into your burn, and then it will get worse. It will be bad. Okay? That's why we have to be careful with fire, or not just fire, even the small things that are hot. Okay. Now we can get burns from fire and other hot things. Do you know some examples of things that are hot that could burn you? For example, a fireplace or a fire pit that has fire, candles, stove. The stove has fire, and also the pots, the cooking pans are hot. Next is a matchstick. A matchstick is used in producing fire, or maybe a lighter too. Next is iron. Irons do not have fire, but they get really, really hot, very hot. Now, when you touch these things, when you are not careful when using these things could easily burn your skin. It could hurt you. Now, fire is very hot and dangerous. It could lead to serious accidents and even death. When you say serious accident, sometimes you could burn your whole house. And then fire can spread easily. It could go from one house to the next house, and then it could burn the next house, right? And even causes death to other people or animals. Okay, now that's why we must be careful with fire. Let us talk about some things that we should do and not do with fire so that we can prevent fire accidents. The first one is do not play with fire. Of course, fire is not a toy. It is not for fun. So we should not play with fire. Some kids like to play with matches or maybe lighter, and then they try to burn some paper, right? Or another one is they try to turn on the stove because they copy their parents. They want to try. That one is very dangerous. We should not play with fire because if you are not careful, you can burn your fingers, you can burn your hand, sometimes you burn your hair, or maybe you burn all the things around you. Next is do not play with flammable things. When you say flammable, these are the things that can easily get fire, can easily catch fire. For example, matchstick. This one is the gas for your stove when you cook. This one is very dangerous because when it gets fire, it could explode. And then when it explodes, your house will burn down, right? And it could hurt many people in your house. Next is spray. Like for example, insecticides, hairspray, or the paint, the spray paint. Okay, those are flammable. They can easily catch fire. And another one is firecrackers, like fireworks. These are also flammable. Actually, there are many things that are flammable. Okay, that's why we should know and we should not play with them. Next, do not throw away objects that are
Uh-huh.
burning. When you say throw away, you put it in the bin. Okay, sometimes you burn something, you light up something using the match. Maybe, for example, the matchstick. You you use the matchstick and then the matchstick is still burning and then you throw it in the bin. And then everything in the bin will get burned and then the fire will become bigger and bigger and bigger, right? Or sometimes those people who smoking cigarettes, right? Sometimes the cigarette still has fire and then they throw it already in the bin. They do not shut the fire first. They do not kill the fire first before they throw the cigarette in the bin, right? So maybe the fire can get bigger and bigger and bigger. Next is do not leave ironing unattended. Ironing doesn't have fire, but the iron gets very hot. Okay? Maybe if you leave like this, when you say unattended, no one is there. Nobody's there. When you iron, maybe your baby brother or baby sister will play with it, will touch it. Or worse, when you leave it on your clothes or on the iron board, it could burn the clothes and it could cause fire, right? It is very, very dangerous. Another one is do not leave fire near flammable objects. Flammable objects, again, are the things that can easily catch fire. Like, for example, if you have a matchstick or maybe a candle, and then you light up the candle near the paint spray, or maybe you light it up near the gas, near your stove. That one's very dangerous. Or maybe you have a candle and then you leave the candle on the table near the sofa. And then there's a curtain there. When the curtain blows, maybe it could catch fire and it could burn the house. Another one is leaving a candle near the bed or maybe near your clothes. Sometimes people even burn their own hair, right? Like for example, it's your birthday and you have a cake, you blow the candle, and then you come very near to the candle and you burn some of your hair, right? So we should be very careful in leaving or in deciding where to put candles, or maybe where do you uh, do barbecue, where do you cook your barbecue using the charcoal. It should not be near flammable things. Next is, do not use devices with cut wires. Remember, electricity also can cause fire because electricity is hot. So if your device has a cut wire, it could result to fire. This one is dangerous because it could cause an electric shock, and also it could cause fire and burn the house. So what we have to do is we should stop using the devices that have cut wires. Another one is, do not overload electric sockets. Remember, putting too many devices in the socket can cause electric shock also, or it can cause fire also. This one's very dangerous too. All right. Now, since we now know the do's and don'ts in using fire, in dealing with fire, now what if something happens? What if a fire accident happens and then you get burned? For example, you burn your hand. What do we have to do? Or maybe you burn your feet. What do you have to do? First is you have to tell your parents or an adult, anyone who can help, so that they can teach you what to do. They could help you give first aid. When you say first aid, the things that you do to stop the injury to get worse so that it will not be bad. It will not be worse. Okay, next is, when you get burned, you have to wash the burned area with cool running water. When you say cool running water, water, that's the water from the tap. Okay, you rinse it because when we get burned, our skin becomes very hot. So you wash it with cool running water so that the heat will be gone. Because as long as it is hot, it continues to burn your skin. No, so you rinse it with cool running water. Next is, apply lotion, cream, or ointment. This one is medicine on the burned area. There are kinds of cream that you can put when you get burned. This one can stop the pain too because burns are very painful, right? So it could stop getting worse. And then next is, you wrap the affected area with a clean cloth. You cover it. Why? Because it could get bacteria or germs, and you you can get uh, worse. It could be bigger and bigger and bigger and worse. Sometimes when you get infected, like bacteria get into your injury, you might get fever or you have to sleep in the hospital because it gets worse. The last one is, if it is too bad, you have to go to the doctor so that the doctor will clean the burn properly, and then he could give you the correct medicine to put on your burns. All right, so that's it. It's just about fire, being careful with fire. So now let me show you the video about fire.
Birdman! fire. Mom, I don't want to take a shower.
What? Gosh, you. Now it's going to be warm, so let's take a shower.
Okay.
Mike, you are so good looking. Aren't you feeling refreshed? Come on, put your clothes on.
Okay.
Mike, I'm going to throw away the garbage. It'll only be a little while, so behave yourself alone at home, okay?
Got it. Huh? Oh, I'm scared. What do I do? Oh, I'd better hide.
Safety man! Hey, Mike! Where do you think you're going? It's dangerous hiding in closets and drawers.
Let me go!
Okay,
Safety man!
you told me to let go, so I did.
Jeez.
Mike, go out first. I'll take care of things here.
Okay.
Where is that?
The door won't open! Oh, it's smoke! What do I do? What do I
Mike, if the door is closed, go out to the veranda.
do? Okay.
Wait!
Why?
Hey, it's dangerous to breathe in smoke. Cover your mouth and nose. Lower your body and go out.
Oh, okay. Cover my mouth and nose. Phew.
Mike, we've got to let people know about the fire. So shout, fire, out the window.
Okay. Fire! Fire!
Jeez, nobody will be able to hear if you shout so quietly. Tighten your stomach and shout as loud as you can.
Fire!
Not loud enough.
Fire! Fire! There's a fire! Oh no, I don't think they hear me. All right. Yeah. Huh? Fire! I think a fire has broken out upstairs.
What?
I better call
Mike?
911. Hello? Is this 911?
Now, shall I put out the last flame? Safety, safety, safety man!
Wow!
It's nothing at all.
Goodness me! What is all this? My mom would be so mad if she sees this. What about the water on the floor?
Jeez, just wash it off.
Clean it before Mom comes. Neatly!
Okay, neatly. Wait a minute. Safety man doesn't deserve to do work like this. Mike, when the fire broke out just now, what did I tell you to do?
Don't hide in the closet or in the corner. And shout! Fire! Loudly so that many people can hear.
You're smarter than I thought. Good. Then, how should we evacuate daycare centers or schools where there are many children?
Huh?
Now, repeat after me.
Yes, sir!
Stop what you're doing and line up.
Line up!
Cover your mouth and nose. Lower your body and go out.
Go out!
Good. If you try to go out and you can't find one of your shoes, what must you do?
Look for the shoe, of course.
That's dangerous. Run out without your shoes.
Without my shoes?
Now, here's an issue. There's an elevator or the stairs. Which will you take?
The elevator's faster, so elevator?
You must use the emergency exit.
Must use the emergency exit.
Well done. Look around and see if your friends have managed to come out. And then shout loudly, fire!
Fire!
Well done.
Mike!
Oh,
Mike!
it's Mom.
Oh, off I go.
Mike, are you okay? You're not hurt?
Yes, I'm fine.
I'm so glad you're okay. I was
Okay, now let us go to our Blue Cat game for today. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes.
So we have,
Yes.
if there is smoke inside the room you are in, what should you do? If there's smoke, you have to go out.
Oi.
You can crawl, right? Or run out fast.
Really hard to go outside to
If
get.
if there is smoke in the room you're in and you cannot get out, what should you do? If you cannot go out, you have to block gaps
Block
in the doors. It
gaps
means
in
if
the
there's
door.
fire outside your room and you cannot go, you should cover the door with wet towels, wet cloth, so that the smoke will not get inside. How is a safe way to know if there is fire behind the door? If you are inside the room and then there's fire outside, how can you know? You touch the door handles. You touch the door handle and check if it's hot. Next, how might you be able to get out of a building safely if the fire is behind the only door in the room? You have to what? You can climb out the window if it's safe, if it's okay, you can use the window. What should you do if your clothes catch on fire? For example, your clothes are burning. You have to stop, drop, and roll. Roll on the floor to stop the fire. Okay? Now let's start. What are we going to choose? Maybe racing only to be fast.
Go quick, go quick, go quick,
Because
go quick.
we don't have enough time anymore, no? Maybe we can use
Okay.
racing instead. And only with 10 questions. Because the questions are hard. Five one seven 221. Join now. Faster, faster. Ready? If you are late, you can use this ID. The ID is here. You can still join.
Set, go!
Oh, almost done. Tanadon and Rawini Pa almost done. Who's going to win? Tanadon or Rawini Pa? Pira chat's coming. Oh, and Tanapon. Rawini Pa's finish, I guess. One more question. Oh no! Finished. So we have Tanadon, Pirachat, and Tanapon. Okay. Now let us go to our live worksheet for today. Can you see? Can you see now? Yes, we have play, flammable, leave, throw, and fire.
Fire.
Blank is dangerous. Fire.
Fire.
Do not
Not
blank
play
with
with
fire.
fire.
Yes. Do not blank
Do not-
away objects that are
Do
burning.
not touch. Do not touch.
Do not throw.
Throw.
Do not blank ironing unattended. Do not
Do not leave.
leave.
Do not leave.
Do not leave fire near flammable. Yes, flammable objects. True or false? Number 1. We must apply first aid when we get into an accident. You do first aid. True. Rinse the burn area with cold running water.
True.
True. It's safe to touch hot objects.
False.
Apply cream on the burn area. It's like you put
False.
medicine on the burned
False.
area. When you burn your skin, you put medicine.
False.
It's true.
True.
Wrap the burned area with a clean cloth. Cover it. Cover your burns.
False.
Huh? Cover your burned
True.
part.
True.
True, so that the germs will not get into your burns. Right? Okay, now let me send this to you. There.